turned my entire life around. And I promise you, these three things can easily change your entire life. Number one, mentality. Everything will start to change once you actually understand that what happens to you, any bad or good event, is only 20%. The other 80% is how you react to it, and that's how a situation gets shaped. I'll use myself as an example. After my childhood, technically I had every single excuse to get into bad habits. You know very well what I'm talking about. But all I had to do was change my mentality and my point of view. Instead of taking the approach of so many bad things happened, therefore I am justified to feel bad about myself, or not try to make something out of my life just because I didn't get any opportunities previously. I flipped the script and I saw it from the other way around, that if all those bad things happened, then everything else is much easier, you know? I've been through the hard part. I mean, come on, eating a little bit more healthily and lifting weights, it's definitely much easier than getting domestically abused, basically. And since I had that mentality that, you know what, this is way easier than what I've been through, I became shredded. Many people ask me, how do I control my emotions and I do not get scared whenever those guys approach me in the streets? I mean, why would I be scared? I got used to being literally scared of being kidnapped or killed when I was 8-10 years old, roughly. So back then I couldn't even fight back. So why would this scare me? You know, this is like a very downgraded scenario and dangerousness level of what I had previously. So see, again, mentality. I'm like, okay, if I actually survived that, then, you know, this is child's play, this is nothing. And the best example is that probably many people think that I'm pretty much really angry at my father for giving me such a bad life. But it's quite the opposite. I feel really thankful. I feel really happy that I had that life. Because without that life, I wouldn't have developed the strength and, most importantly, the mental strength to achieve the things that I have today. Like obviously working on videos, which is something that I love doing for 14 hours a day, or 12, depends, is much easier than working under the sun carrying heavy shit as a 13-year-old, you know? So because I was that poor and I had to do that, working for the hours I'm working now, which many people tell me that I'm kinda crazy for doing so, feels like nothing, you know? Mentality. You can change your life if you can change your point of view. Step number 2 towards feeling better overall and improving your life. Taking care of yourself, even on a basic level. Walk a little bit. Do some push-ups once or twice a week. Not only from my videos, but also from personal experiences with people I've known and girls that I've known who told me their experience. Most guys that complain that a girl won't even talk to them, they don't care of themselves at all. Most of those guys literally stink from 10 feet apart because they think that either using deodorant or washing their face or even shaving their armpits so it doesn't get too sweaty is gay. Really, bro? Nice logic. And my third advice for today is develop basic social skills. And I'm not talking about flirting, even though if you want to, you can include that as well. What if I told you that the way you interact on a daily basis with people can actually decide whether you get the biggest opportunity of your life or not? That's literally what happened to me. Everything was a domino effect from one very specific moment that I interacted with one very specific person. And just because I could interact like a normal human being, I actually got my first big opportunity and it started all as a domino effect. I'll explain that in my entire life video as well. You might think it's funny and all when these random guys just come to me and they're like, "Hi, you're beautiful. Sex?" With the most awkward look on their face ever. But what if I told you that many people actually have the exact same energy, and I'm not even talking about flirting. There are so many people who overthink, what am I gonna say, what are they gonna think of me, that they get lost in all that thought and they just end up looking very awkward. And I'll give you the reality. No one really cares about something you might think that is such a big deal. Oh, I said the wrong word. Oh, what are they gonna think of me? There is a 99% chance all that is in your head. Just try and be a normal human being. Even if you're in a scenario that you've never been before and you feel like super weird and you feel very uncomfortable, right? It's actually less awkward to just say that. And even humor about it a little bit. I'll give you an example. Let's say that something happens and you have genuinely zero idea as to how to respond. So instead of being like, you can literally say, I've actually never been in this scenario. I don't know what to say. The second one is way less awkward and it breaks the ice a million times better than the first one. That was it. Those were my three advice that can easily change your life. Regarding point 2 and point 3, if you want more information, you can always write it in YouTube.